What was next on your playlist? Let's hear one more.
Yes, Father. I will play the next one.
Hari Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Namaste, everyone. Very warm welcome to Satsang today. Satguru Shri Mujiji ki Jai. How does a seed decide to grow into a tree? Does it make a decision? I'm ready for my tree state. Yeah. Is it like this? Or is there a deeper intelligence, a deeper force which is at work? Imagine if you were a tree. Yeah. Imagine if you were a small plant and you wanted to become a tree. And you say, every morning when you wake up, you're counting the number of leaves that you created, the number of branches that were coming up, how many new roots were sprouting. And saying, see, I'm doing such a good job. Today, so many more leaves. I could have done better with the branches, but leaves was good. So if there's a deeper intelligence which is running all of this, why do we feel that I, as a separate entity, I'm not a function of this deeper knowledge, deeper force, deeper intelligence? This itself is the sense of separation. They're willing to admit that God is running this world, but He's not running me. I am running me. And the biggest sham, actually, biggest sham. This I which is running this life of me has no separate individual existence. In every cell, even in this realm, there is so much intelligence which is stored. Who put it there? Which committee of people? Which Sangha decided we will store all of this information in every cell? And we study these things on a day-to-day basis. That cells are like this, DNA is like this, atoms are like this, molecules are like this. And just like me in the past, it used to be that I am very scientific, therefore I'm not spiritual. Makes no sense because everything that we look at is pointing towards the existence of this deeper intelligence, supreme intelligence. And somehow the nature of the mind is such that Even when you look at these glorious creations, we doubt the existence of this Supreme One. How can it even be possible that a small seed, which is like this small, has all the intelligence inside it? Nature. So what is nature? Is it an entity sitting somewhere and making these laws? And putting these concepts, we don't see things as they are. We always want to see them with this filter of the me. And with this filter of the me, everything gets mucked up completely. Just now see the world without the me. In this instant, without wanting anything from it. Here in Satsang today, just come here without wanting anything. No freedom, no enlightenment, liberation, no love, peace, joy, nothing. Don't want. No approval, acceptance, no humility, nothing, nothing. I can tell you, you love this so much. It seems so natural without this burden of planning and thinking and what's in it for me, what's in it for me, all of the time. The seed is not asking, have I got it in me to become a tree? And did I lose everyone? It's frozen. Looks like it. Oh, you're moving. Okay, okay. Oh, it is so engaging the talk. So everybody just.
Father?
Everybody dropped the me. Yes, yes, I did.
I wanted to ask something, but you actually already kind of answered my question.
You can still ask. It's okay.
I wanted to I'm really I have to cry and stuff.
You have to cry?
Yeah.
That's not new. Someone always cries in satsang. You see my kids. They will who is laughing so much today and who is crying so much today.
Crying and laughing at the same time.
Yeah.
But I wanted to ask about what I'm what um I wanted to ask about what I'm what I have to do for the retreat and going to how I'm going to um make it so that I get there. And I realized that it's a lot about um, like an old tendency coming up that I'm afraid of doing something wrong or losing control, and that if I make the wrong decision somehow that my life will end up wrong or something. And
Okay. So about the retreat, it is actually very simple. About the retreat, just come. And if then life doesn't allow you to come, then that's life. You see? There's no decision there now. Can it be simple like that? Especially about the retreat, coming to Thiru, we can say, just come. And then you see how it unfolds or not. Neither is okay. What could go wrong? Let's hear the worst case scenario. How this could end badly. Because you said I might be messing up my life or something. So what? How could you do that?
I can't. But there's just fear of.
Even that power we don't have. You see. Yeah, if I let go, I will mess up my life. Show me how. It's just an irrational fear. So many used to come to satsang because we used to talk about doership and free will a lot earlier. They would say, but this does this mean I can go around killing people? And sometimes I'm tempted to say yes, yes, show me, you do it and show me.
Yeah, you can't do it.
Cannot happen. Reminding me of Radha. Radha has this deep-seated fear of being some sort of a hitman or assassin. So we have a nickname for her. We say that she's the singing assassin. Just nothing. It's just mind stuff. Maybe the worst case scenario is your mom won't speak to you for like a week or something. From what I've heard, I don't feel there's anything much more than that.
I'm just afraid that I'll say the wrong thing and then she won't let me, and then
But if that is the movement of life, then that is the movement of life. Like I always say, I'm going to come to Sahaja. It just doesn't happen. Even yesterday, someone, Arun, some of you might know Arun. Arun came to Bangalore for a few days, so he came over last evening. So he's saying, so many years you haven't come. So I said, yes, there's been always this feeling that I'm coming. I'm just coming. It just doesn't unfold that way sometimes.
I just don't want to go if she won't allow it. That's just, I don't want to do that to her either.
Yes, I'm a parent also. I appreciate that very much. And you can show her this recording maybe. Okay, so let's get whatever we were going to get at the retreat, let's get that now. And then whether the retreat happens or not is just a question of fun. What is going to happen at the retreat? What is not available right now?
I can't give you a hug.
Yes, you can. You have my complete undivided hug. Right now.
Yeah, I know. It's just there's just fear that my life is going to be messed up. But it's already messed up.
I don't by any one of you who comes and says my life is messed up. Maybe according to the world, and I don't care about that. For me, this is the highest use of a life is to come to this discovery of who I am. So let the world say your life is messed up, it's fine. And not so many even say that. I think the mind just makes more of this. How many have
Yeah,
actually come to you and said your life is messed up?
it's just something that came up recently. I know it's something that's coming and going.
What's all this about? Any reality in anything the mind is saying?
No.
Yeah. Did I upset you with that? Well, maybe she doesn't like being called this. You tell me, okay? I'll stop using that example.
No.
The best way to mess up our life is to believe our next thought. Not even mess up our life, just mess up our peace of mind. Life is still going the way it is going. It is just that simple. I don't know what I have to do. Maybe when I'm dying, these be my final dying words, so maybe it will be taken very solemnly. And maybe remember that throughout this life I kept saying, don't believe your next thought. And nobody believed me. I should make it more complicated. That will make it more palatable. First, what you have to do is get up at 4 o'clock. 4 a.m. is Brahma Muhurtam. The most auspicious time for any spiritual activity. 4 a.m. you wake up and make sure that you have a shower with cold cold water that purifies everything that needs to be purified. Then make sure you do at least 15 to 30 Surya Namaskars facing the east. That. And then exactly at 4:30, say, I'm not going to believe my next thought. And you see then what happened. And this is just level 1. Once you do level 1, then level 2 is amazing, I tell you. I can't tell you what it is till you do this level 1. And Guruji said once that if I was to give you spiritual push-ups with Om Namah Shivaya chanting, so one time you go this way, Om Namah Shivaya. The next time you go down and come up this way, Om Namah Shivaya. Then it might be more palatable, the teaching. I look this way, then I have to stop my exam. Because Satsang is looking, what is he doing? Is this the guy I came for all the way? And I've been living here for so many months. Praying hard, oh God, let me meet my final. Where am I? I just want to know what is so difficult about not believing your next thought. Seriously, can someone tell me today? What is it that doesn't agree with this? There's something that says, no, can't just be this. Is it not just this feeling that it has to be more glorious than this? It has to be a deeper explosion, spiritual experience, something like this. But we are not negating any of that. Even that we are not saying. We are just saying that if you don't want to suffer, don't believe your next thought. That's all. Yeah, I know I'm making it sound more trivial than it is, because this point of coming to this realization that my thoughts are completely meaningless is what all of this seeming struggle and journey is all about.
It's kind of like Fika said yesterday about when he's going to satsang.
Not actually. No.
Sorry?
She's actually telling me why it's not so easy or something. I was saying I was not actually expecting an answer to that question. It was more rhetorical. But you can say, my dear.
I want to say that it's kind of like he said, when he's going to satsang, then the thought comes, I should be working, and then when he's working, the thought comes, I should be in satsang. So just all of the tricks are being tried that if it's not this one, then it's the complete opposite, and it just goes on like that.
Exactly. So what does this tell you? This tells you exactly what I've been saying. Don't believe this rubbish. Because when you're in satsang, it's saying work. When you're in work, you're saying satsang. This mind is always like this.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Because when I go let go of control, I should be in control, and then when I'm in control, then I should let go. It's just never okay.
Never okay. By the mind, it's never okay. Besides the mind, any
Besides the mind, there is just no problem anywhere.
and with the mind, any freedom from trouble?
No, mind is trouble itself.
The trouble itself. Exactly. That's all I'm saying every day. Just know that you are God. You are
There
God.
is
Okay, you are God, and the mind is lying. That's all. I'm done.
according to the mind, it's like let's say blasphemy to say that I am God, but then that is just. I remember Guruji said, "Don't raise yourself up and don't belittle yourself." It's false modesty.
Yes, Guruji also says very nicely that all that I'm saying every day is that you are the Supreme Lord. You are the Supreme Lord. And you are saying, no, no, no.
Not me.
Yes, that's why both parts are important. That you are God and the mind is lying. Very quickly, the mind can also take this on and say, yes, yes, now me, special God.
Yeah. It just tries every trick of the spectrum. If it's not this opposite, this extreme, then it's that extreme.
So now, because we have seen through the tricks, most of the tricks at least we have seen through the mind. Can we say, at least I will not buy the same stuff again? Let it sell me some new stuff. Let it work a little hard at least if it is going to continue with this. Isn't it?
I don't know what's left on the menu.
Yeah.
You can have all you can eat on the menu of the mind.
That will only give you indigestion, not nourishment at all. The anytime misery menu. It's, and let's play the opposites game. It's been too long since we did. And it's been a long week of very serious satsang. So let's have some fun.
Yeah.
So then everyone comes up and they say that this is what the mind is saying, and then we say the opposite of that and see them. Some of you have played this before. I play this when, especially when someone comes very glum face. So who has a thought? Now see, everybody will become sages. All the thoughts. Otherwise, everyone's like, "Oh, my mind." And we say, "Okay, let's see. Who has a thought?"
Can I go first?
Already okay. Today you can go ahead.
You're never gonna get it anyway.
I won't do the opposites. One of you won't have to do the opposite.
This means it's our time to give satsang, folks.
Can I come?
This is exactly what we were saying. We said that we are playing the game. Life said no. It's okay. So you said, I'm coming for the retreat. Life playing as your mom says no. It's okay. Life can play as anything. No? It can play as the internet connection. It can play as our children, our parents. Kapil said something very nice when we were not broadcasting. He said that what's happening for some of us is that because I've been saying this, pointing about not believing the next thought, this thought gets belief now, which is that you better not believe your next thought. Even this thought must not be believed because we're not giving it so much rigor or making it so serious or something. Just playfully, joyfully. You must not even believe this thought. And then when it becomes so natural, then even this pointing, don't believe your next thought, is also thrown away. There's nothing sacred or holy about it. It's just another thorn which we are using to remove the thorn of personhood. And then we throw both away. So then Petra had said that what was it? You're never going to get it anyway. And Kapil said you already are it. You already know which rings true, which rings truer. No? And then Satsanga had a thought, I don't like my psychedelic experience. I hate my psychedelic experiences. And people are paying thousands and thousands of dollars to have psychedelic experiences. The whole drug industry is worth trillions of dollars. Yeah, no. So you're getting them for free. What's wrong with psychedelic? Yes, but why?
So just feel like, oh, I can't stand up straight, everything moving. It's fear.
You know, if you came into satsang, there was some prasad, and I said, I'm going to bless this prasad and I'm going to give it to you, and everything around you will just split and dance around and do all of that. And you have it. You say, wow, what an experience. You must really be powerful to do this kind of stuff, isn't it? We only spoke about that whole thing, no? That I'm so scared, I don't want fear, I don't want fear. And yet we go to these amusement parks and we say, I want to go on the roller coaster and go enjoy all these rides. You know? Why? To experience this kind of fear. I know she said not me. I remember. So some fear is coming. So then,
So I think that then the upset came from my judgment, the way I reacted, because I got upset.
yeah.
And then the thought that, oh, Satsang, you shouldn't get upset, you should be okay with this. but I wasn't okay with
So
it.
that is a thought.
I thought, so
No
now I
one
should
can.
be okay with it spinning.
No one has ever been able to show me suffering. Of course, pain you can show me, but suffering without believing a thought is not possible. And also now, mostly we are coming to this clarity that belief is so much easier. Now, if I said don't give your attention to thought, I know it can become a struggle. Attention is very tricky. Belief is the simplest thing. You have a thought? Maria wanted to come. Maria can come. Aparna says drugs that produce hallucinations and apparent expansion of consciousness.
May I come?
You can come. You can.
Hi, Father. I'm
Hello.
scared.
Yes?
I'm scared.
Yes.
Can you perceive? Can you perceive energetically? Can you perceive? Can you perceive me energetically what's going on? If I don't tell you. Can you?
I'm sorry, my love. I was not able to hear you. Can you say it
Oh,
again?
I'm saying, can you perceive me energetically if I don't say what is happening with me? Yes. Didn't understand. Didn't hear. If you can feel energetically what is happening with me in this moment. Yes.
Feel energetically. I see. Now I heard you. Yes.
You can. Sorry, my English it's awful, and I'm suffering. It's. Can you feel energetically what I'm feeling now? Because I'm so scared. Oh, I'm feeling something. I'm feeling falling out of my mind. Mind dissolving. This support is not able to continue carry on, and I'm so scared. It's like falling in a. I want to lose the control, but my mind is fighting. And in Sahasha, some beings were auspicious about me, but I didn't know it was happened. It was to continue this fight. Oh, now I'm better. I don't feel you with a worry. And sometimes I can't move, and I can't feel this part of the head, and I can't feel, and I can't move. It's auspicious. And the sensation, there are no support for this fall. It's mind that it's saying this.
Yes. Can you fall now? Fall now?
Fall.
Yes.
Jump.
Not physically. This falling
Yes.
which is happening.
Yes.
Know that I'm here. I'm here with you. Just let it fall. Whatever has to fall, let it fall.
It comes guilt. I didn't perceive. It comes guilt. You can't. Something is saying you can't. You are guilt. You don't deserve this peace. Oh, it's strange. You can feel this guilt, this behind my back. It's so difficult. I'm feeling that I need to be pardoned, to have. There's a lot of guilt. I thought it was fear, but I'm feeling now with you, I'm feeling as guilt. It's always what I feel with you, with Guruji. I don't deserve. In a certain way, mind knows what it was in my story. But I'm losing the capacity of, it's good because it's how I want to continue with my mind. It's a truc. This thing of the guilt, it's also a truc. Oh, better like this. It's the support I had. This guilt, it was the reference of identity. Without guilt, I have no. I just fall. Okay, it was very strong with pain. And something blocks in the belly also. And my mind tries to analyze because I had no enough connection with my mother when I was born. So I'm feeling this, but there is here my belly also. I can come to the body also. And I'm so exhausted and so tired of this. Today yesterday I was so in panic that I subscribed the next Zimar retreat, and today I realized that I don't want to go. I just want to absorb all the last retreat because I was so in panic. And my mind trying to analyze because I'm perceiving also with mind the synchronicities. And mind wants to go with me, and I can just let it go. What a resistance! What a resistance! Borderline structure. It's like.
Okay, and now?
There is the sensation that it's not possible to do this way. And it's how I need you to forgive me. No, I don't know if it is a stupid idea, but I think I need this sensation of be forgiven by God.
There is
Something here.
There is nothing that God does not forgive, because all that happens only with His will. Not a blade of grass can move without His will. So even what we feel our sins, something that we feel I did.
I feel a lot of guilt, yes.
All God's will.
Don't forgive me.
You are always forgiven. There is nothing to forgive, actually.
Because it's getting higher. In your presence, it's getting bigger, the sensation of being in a prison here. And I need peace. Just peace. It's so painful.
I'm with you. Just stay with me. It's okay. Don't listen to what the mind is saying. You stay with me and we see how it goes.
I feel this shame or this of love and this fear.
Let it all come. Let it all dissolve. The presence that you are experiencing now. Let it all dissolve.
I see all this beauty and I want to return, but there is this shame and mine wants the story. I want to return to this innocence, but it's mind talking. Oh, I need a hug.
This is the hug. This is the hug. This is always. Nothing from the mind can survive this presence, which is emanating from your own inner heart, your own Satguru within.
It hurts so because I can feel the love and I cannot feel at the same time, and I feel depression and I feel the love, and it's so painful. Oh, but it's so good to me expose, because I was here containing, and thinking perhaps I'll mess all the people here will talk, and I'm not able to just ask help. I'll be in my sensation of rejection, feeling, and it's my mind that creates this. I am not a part. It comes, the fear is coming. It was so good to this happening this morning, because I had the opportunity to ask your help. Oh, it's so difficult. You're pushing me with that. Oh, I also feel this pain. Oh, I'm so afraid. What a shame. I don't... It's difficult to face all this beauty. Let me please. When say me I am innocent. I'm just feeling empty. Also here. Not love, not but empty. And mind is saying, oh, you will need a lot of time. You will need many years to face it. Oh my God. You won't know. Oh.
Like I said in the start of satsang, there's nothing a seed has to do. All the nourishment, the soil, the water, everything life is providing, isn't it? So when you're in the presence of a guru, then automatically all of this nourishment is coming to you. The thoughts about how to do this, am I doing this right? Is it taking time? Is it going to happen for me? All of this only seems to just block your true seeing. But still, even in spite of all the mental resistance, the presence is doing the work. And here there is complete trust in the holiness of my Father's presence.
Father, can I show you something?
Yes, my dear, please come.
This just came in the mail from a very dear friend of mine. It's a very beautiful silk brocade and picture of Sanji Minla, the medicine Buddha.
The which
Yes.
Buddha?
Sorry?
Which Buddha?
It's in Sanskrit, I think it's called Vaisajra Guru, something like that. It's medicine Buddha.
Medicine
Very
Buddha.
beautiful. I feel so blessed. I have such wonderful friends. Send me stuff like this.
Very beautiful. Very.
Father, may I come in, please?
Yes, my dear. Maybe just in a minute. Let's see what Maria is.
Okay, sorry.
Looks like she's good now. Okay, you can come, my dear.
Thank you, Father. I also felt that some strong sensation, and I don't know. I felt like I'm gonna crash down today or something like that. It was very strong. and then somehow it just passed like that. Past 2 days, there's a strong fear coming of unknown, being in the unknown, fear of being in the unknown. Or mind is coming up and telling, so how are you going to survive? Who's going to support you? Um, um, all this rubbish nonsense, how are you going to live? Are you going to work? Are you going to be like this forever? All this rubbish thing. Maybe because that all these things are not given much importance now. And yesterday I was just sitting this time, and then suddenly a thought came saying, "My world is going to crash," something like that. And but this fear of being in the unknown is very intense. Not that these things these fear or anything it matters. It just comes trying its luck to show if I can flip back or something like that. But all these things doesn't matter. I mean, it's just coming up. I thought I'll let you know, and also at times I have words to speak, and at times I don't have any words to speak. I mean, even these words what I'm talking, I felt like when I was thinking, should I go and actually speak to Father? I mean, like the reporting thing, even that matters. I mean, these days, even if I do the reporting thing, like keep checking what I have to speak to you, does it really matter? Even if I do that checking thing, it doesn't really matter, something like that. And I don't know. I don't know. It feels like I don't know where I am, what I'm doing, who I am. Because after knowing all these things, it feels like um, life is very ordinary, like that. Very ordinary. It's not that I'm playing a role here, but at the same time, things are just going on. Like, it's not that if I have to drop, I drop. If I have to get involved in something, all these things is going on. But still, it's a I don't know where I am, what my position is, like, it's something like that, Father. And mine is not, also I've noticed that when I try to do some kind of inquiry, that happens automatically again. There's a strong sense of suffocation and, losing myself. These things are coming up past 2 3 days now. I've noticed that, and it's like a choking feeling again, all those kind of things. And mine comes in, and that is also completely seen that, sudden this choking, this suffocation, this fear, it's all mind tricks just to keep me diverted. So this is also seen. That moment these things come up, and this message also comes, don't believe, don't believe, don't believe. Okay, then suddenly everything is gone, it's gone, everything is gone. And then, I don't know, I can't even, now also, it doesn't seem real that I'm talking to you. I do not understand these things. It's like, it's not that I'm exhausted, but it doesn't make sense. I don't know, even what I'm speaking to you also makes sense to me, Father. I'm going crazy. At the same time, it's okay as well. It's like, you know, I don't know how I spoke all these words. I really don't know. It's not that I'm making up. Am I being really real? I mean, really real. If I can speak the truth, I should speak to you. Otherwise, I shouldn't speak to you. These things and all come. I don't understand what's this all, Father. It's like, who am I? What am I doing? What's happening? All this. I mean, it's not that I want the answer. It's okay, And today again, I had to go to the doctor for my daughter. Actually, it's not an issue with her. It's actually an issue with me because the mind is projecting that problem to her. I mean, she has no problem, but my mind is projecting that it might be a problem. So I rushed to the hospital. I mean, to the medical center, and then doctor actually told me 70% of the, not even 90% is your thinking. So the funniest thing she told me is, don't just be only mother. Just become some identity. You have to pick up your identity. I mean, I couldn't stop myself. The moment she said identity, I started cracking up, and I'm like, oh my God, I just dropped the identity, and you asked me to pick up the identity again. It's like literally she told me you have to have your own identity, something like that. I just like, okay, and then I just ignored. But the moment the word identity comes up, it just cracks me up, like, wow. I mean, because now I've seen that it's not there, so it's like, yeah. But all this, see, I think mind is trying to get involved in various different forms, it's like trying to see, because it knows how weak I was previously to get me involved in this drama and the play. But now that I'm very firm in my, like the ground is very firm now. So it's like, no matter how strong the breeze is, it cannot shake the roots. It can only, shake only the branch and tree leaves, as you say, but not the roots, Even if it appears the whole tree is moving, like, but it doesn't actually. All these things, I can see everything. Still, I don't know where I am. I don't know who I am. I feel I have no stand anywhere. I don't even, right now, I feel I don't know where I am. Even I'm on this earth or what I'm doing, nothing I know. I don't know if I've made sense, Father. I've spoken so much. If it makes sense to you, you're the only one to whom it can make sense. I can't speak to anyone now because people are talking to me like this now. Like, you don't believe me, you become the identity. It drives me crazy now. So, because I have no topic to speak to anyone now. Outside world communicating is becoming a problem for me. And problem as in, yeah.
Not really a problem also.
Yeah, it's not really a problem also, but yeah, unless people, it's hard to comprehend what they say also, because I just got rid of everything and then they say, okay, pick up everything. It's like paradox again. It's like, oh my God, I wouldn't be bothered to do that. I don't know, I had to just pose everything, so I felt like there's some burden in my chest or something I should get off with, and it's okay, Father, to be what I am now, because there is no anything like seeking, or I have to go there and be the enlightened person or something like. There is nothing like that. Those things are also dropped. I mean, I can say there is. It's like I'm sorry if I'm talking too much, but I have to say all these things, Father. I really don't know how these things are coming up now, but it's like as I said, life is very ordinary. There is no spiritual life. There is no this life also, whatever life is going on here. There is nothing actually. That's how I feel at times. And at times everything is normal again. So it's like, I don't even know if this is person, and there are what is it, I don't know. Because you can, if the oscillation is there, you can see it, right? But this is not like an oscillation. It's like you're in a bouncing ball and you're bouncing with the ball. I mean, it doesn't make sense, but it's like in the same place you're jumping up and down, and it's not that you're going anywhere, but you're still there, you're jumping up. I don't know what it means, I really don't know what it means. So all is surrender at your feet, Father. Please, let me have nothing here other than you. That's it. And let me not feel this separation or separation. I don't feel separation. I don't know if I feel also. Father, I'm going crazy, Father. Seriously, I do, because every time this is going on, the moment I think this, oh no, it's this. It's that. No, it's this. It's like, I don't know how to explain all these things going on here. Sometimes I get scared if I go, like insane on something. I've got a daughter to deal, and these days I'm not even, relying on my dad. All these days there was a, expectation kind of thing that my dad will support me throughout or something like that. But I think in the background that is also going. So that's why this fear is coming up. Because my dad always said, I'm going to support you till I'm alive. That's not something like that, So I was like, okay, somebody's there for me or something like that. But because, I mean, you can't expect the father to be till end of your life, like what I mean? Like, so the mind is projecting, okay, so how are you going to be all yourself, all these things is coming. Go to Father. I don't know what to say now. All these things I still don't know what to say. But if it makes sense to you, even a little bit, Probably you could say something, Father. But I don't want any separation between you and me now. I just want nothing. I just want nothing. No separation. Thank you, Father. Sorry. Thank you so much.
Very nice, very nice. I told you before also, just like my daughter, no, when she comes back from school, she is just like this. Pa, this happened, and then this happened, and then I went there, then my friend told me this, and I lost my prefect badge, and then my auntie gave me a red card, and then this was my second red card. So because of my second red card, I didn't get child of the day. And and I know that she feels very good to share like that, and I'm very happy that I'm available to her in this way. And I'm very happy that I'm available to you also in this way, where you can just come and say that this is all your problem now. I'm leaving it with you. I'm forgetting about it. All over to you now. It's good. Just one thing I wanted to say about, you said something earlier about this fear of the unknown. And I want to speak a little bit about this because this is a very common fear that comes up. For some, it manifests as if it is the fear of death. The feeling can be that I'm dying. When they start coming to satsang, this fear of death can come. For some, it's just unknown. Like I'm in limbo. I don't know what is left. I don't know what is right. I don't know what is up. I don't know what is down. I don't know what's going on. Even the words are coming from my mouth, but I'm not talking. You see, like this it can be. Like this it can be, and it's very natural because what is happening is that you are becoming the witness of all that is moving through this body. So far, it seemed very much like I am doing all the actions, I am speaking all the words, but this identity itself is dying. You see, it is dissolving. The false sense of me is dissolving. Now you're seeing that everything is just moving on its own. I have no control over anything. I don't even know what is what. This is a very beautiful thing. Don't be scared. I'm with you, my dear. This is very beautiful.
Thank you, Father. But today morning also I had this feeling that our bodies are surrendered to you. There's nothing more I can do. Even if I say I want to surrender to you, it's already done. It's already done. There is nothing more I can do. There's nothing more I can. I don't know. I don't know anything. I really don't know anything. It can go on. I don't know. I really don't know anything, Father. Oh God, I can't believe this. I don't know anything. I really don't know.
Very good. I wake every day to meet people who don't know anything. It is the most beautiful feeling. Yes, Priya had sent a message. She said, "Beloved Ananta, this gratitude flows in this play, like a light with no source. Your form and this form are one in this drama of nothing, playing as something. How can no one show such thanks? How can no one show such thanks? As that one gave this one nothing. The best gift this one can give is nothing." Yes, not to be taken too literally. Okay? It is known here that if there is wanting, you jumped up. It is known here that if there is wanting, then that is all that the one called Ananta wants. All is nothing appearing as something for itself. And that description doesn't touch this unfathomable isness. Beloveds, if anyone finds it in their heart to make space for others, oh, this is from the moderator. Very good.
I'll go, Father. I wasn't planning on being in here today anyway.
Are we okay now, or this was earlier, my dear? So we might be okay now. Jesh can tell us. Jesh can.
Yes, we are fine, Father.
Yes.
We're totally fine right now.
I'll stay there.
I was reading a message earlier. Very good. What to even say when you read something? Google says, Namaste, Father. Today it seems I have to make some decision related to job, and mind is completely confused and scared. I know, Father, you will never say this, take this decision or not, yes. And then, but somehow seeming decision maker is stronger. Just want to surrender him to you. Father, if you are the decision maker, then I have no fear. It's all your life, and run it as per your wish. The only wish I have is to remain in satsang, remain at your feet, Father. Love you, Father. It's also very good like this to see that I can see that there's so much confusion and fear is here. But still, I want to make this prayer to you that I know that you are the one who is doing all of this, and I trust you completely. So, this prayer is not going to, even if it seems like it is to the personal form of the Guru, actually, it is accepted only by the presence which is here. And there is only this one. I am this one, you are this one. There is only one. Enjoy the roller coaster, it's okay, nothing will happen to you. Satsang is your safety belt. So you have it tied up strong, nothing will happen. Now there was a question from Gurmeet. Gurmeet said, Father, जब जब भी कभी मैं अपने ब्रदर इन लॉ से मिलती हूँ तब पता नहीं मुझे क्या हो जाता है, गुस्सा मेरे फेस पर आ गया। पास में कोई ऐसा इंसिडेंट मेरे साथ हुआ था जो उन्हें देखकर याद आ जाता है। मेरा खुद पर कंट्रोल नहीं रहता और मैं गुस्से में कुछ गलत कर देती हूँ। आज मेरा हैंगआउट पर आना पॉसिबल नहीं है, उनकी आवाज भी मुझे बर्दाश्त नहीं। You are not the brother-in-law. So she says that And it's true for many of us. Isn't it? Someone comes and we see that we just get irritated or angry or something just comes like that. So it's very natural. And some of us have these transparent faces. You see. Like my wife has a completely transparent face. Whatever she is feeling is clear on her face. There's no point even trying to hide it. And I find it very beautiful like that because then there is nothing to hide. There is no playing. So see, so we can look at it one problem at a time. I have anger, I have greed, I have fear, I have regret. We can look at it one problem, one problem. And my master says, you go around the circle solving all the problems and you come back and the first one is already back. Uh-huh. So that is why here we take the direct approach and we come to the discovery of who I am. And as we come to the discovery of who I am, then all of these will no longer seem to be problems. They will just become part of the play. And you will not worry too much about all of these happenings. So you stay with the inquiry, especially when someone takes up inquiry. Initially, it can be that a lot of these things come up, a lot of pent-up emotions, a lot of pent-up thoughts. They come to attack you in some way. But you stay with the inquiry and everything will get cleaned up. Jayani wants to come. Jayani, you can come, my dear. Look at that smiling face.
Thank you. Thank you for never believing any of these stories.
I could never believe any of you with any of these stories.
They're all just stories. This is just so clearly seen, Father. Like, no matter what plays, it makes no difference. It makes absolutely no difference. Like, gonna make something out of going and doing this, or finding this, or cleaning this, or releasing this. It's still the same. It's still the same. And just there are no words. It's just this experience of this immaculate purity that like you don't. I don't know. I just thank you. Thank you for never believing any of the stories. Because it's all nonsense. Every single word is nonsense. It's all such nonsense.
That's why I'm a true friend. You see, in the world we feel that the one who believes me and likes to hear my stories, those are my true friends. But it's not true like that. You see, because I cannot believe any story about myself. Therefore, I know that we are one, so I cannot believe any story about you.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'm able to say this openly like this, and sometimes I know that maybe the ears are not ripe enough yet to hear, so I'll say yes, yes, yes. My lack of belief does not come with a sort of a arrogance about it or something. No, you're just talking rubbish. Not like that. It's just that I know that what you are is the same as what I am. We are one. Therefore, I know that the mind can say all kinds of things, and it's allowed to come and go. And I know that as you're sharing it in satsang anyway, it is getting dissolved. It starts to lose its power. It starts to lose the bite.
Just love you so much.
I love you too.
And thank you. Thank you. There's nothing to say about this, you know? You're so beautiful. You're so, 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 so beautiful.
Much love to you.
Love you. Thank you. It's like you never believing us is truly holding our hands.
Yes.
You know? Because there's not two holding hands there. It's just one. And then we see we cannot be touched by anything. Thank you.
Just imagine if it was the other way, you know, where you come and tell me, oh, this happened, this happened, this is happening to me, and I say, oh, this happened, really? Oh man. And I know sometimes it can be irritating, but sharing something and I'm just sitting there smiling. Palak also tells me this. Palak will say, Father, don't laugh when I'm saying something.
I remember at once I'm saying to you, it's not funny. It's not funny. I was having a whole big trip and you were laughing at me. I was like, it's not funny because this is really happening.
Yes, that was the hip hop journey day.
I love you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And you know, the funny thing is, we hear everyone else in satsang and we don't believe their stories. Only when it comes to our story, we say, take me seriously, take me seriously. And someone else is talking, we're like, why so much? She's still believing all. Now on the typing, we're saying so much love to you. Inside, we're going. Maybe someday we'll have like very authentic messages also. Somebody's sharing with full seriousness. Everyone's typing. I don't believe you. They seem like Friday satsang, not Thursday. Like the weekend satsang, just before the weekend. Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Hmm? And Shanti is here. She said, "Beautiful Jaini love. Thank you. How to take all this seriously now?" Yes. As I get older, maybe I'll become more just openly laughing at your face. Right now, sometimes I have to keep it like, oh, sit serious. No, no.
Your father, I find my family, you know, they're the ones here in the UK. They're always so serious about it. You know, everything's serious. You know, and so in order to communicate with them, I have to like put on the serious face and play their game. And the whole time I'm like, it's just no big deal. You know, chill out, everyone. They're just so serious all the time. It's really funny.
It's like we're living two different genres of movies at the same time. The family is in one serious drama, and we are inside one comedy, and it's both playing at the same time. What's happening? Yeah, even in spirituality, it can be like this. The serious sadhakas will come to satsang and they'll say, "He's just cracking jokes." Kavita also has a question. Kavita says, "May I ask a question?" Of course, my dear, you can come.
After this, I think I've got to laugh at my question before. But whatever.
Yes, yes. Now it is very difficult to ask. After
Very difficult. Yeah. So, we've been saying, why do you believe the next thought? And I've been contemplating this because the next thought seems to have a life of its own, right? It just comes out of nowhere.
Yes.
And since everything is a play, it seems to be part of the play.
Yes.
And it seems to be pro-survival, the ego survival, like pro-survival, right? So we better work on this project, so the mind helps me work on the project. So it's not always the mind is to be discounted, because it's through the mind you even ask, who am I, right? Who am I is a thought. So the question is that, so what? So what about the mind? Like, even if we take it seriously, it's not serious. I mean, at the end of the day, to see beyond that is the experience. The heart knows. But at some point, one would also have to work with the mind, is my question. I mean, like when it comes like to, okay, like you're standing in front of a bus and the bus is going to come and hit you, and you're going to have to, the mind is saying, move, move. You're going to have to do that, right? So what my question, when you said, why do we believe the next thought? Because sometimes it feels like the only sensible thing to do is to believe the next thought.
Very good, my dear. Very good. This is a good question, and we'll look at it. So you said that it is a question of ego survival.
Yeah.
Something in this, you see. There's something in this. So I would say that it is, and the most important part of the ego pretense, not the ego survival. To say ego survival would imply that the ego is here, that the ego is present. Right. But no one has ever been able to find this ego. Isn't it? So,
Yes.
so, although the mind can say that I need this to survive, but if a bus is coming and is going to run me over without my saying move, you will not move. But is that our experience? If the glass falls, we just automatically go and pick it up. We try to catch it without even waiting for the thought to come.
Right.
That they've done studies on this. The BBC has done a study on this, and they've discovered that actually the neurons start firing, the nervous system gets activated even before the thought is there, 6 seconds before the action.
Yes.
So before the thought. So this implication that my thoughts are required for my survival, and when we try to find this Maya that we are so desperate for it to survive, then we can say something like that. But here I'm saying I cannot even find this me. And we want it to survive. You find it and then say, okay, we'll take care of it. If you show me the me, then I promise I will help you take care of it. Can you show me?
Well, it's like if you identify with the mind, then that becomes your me. But you're right, it's not there.
Yeah, so even by identification with something, if I identify with the thought that I am an orange, doesn't mean that I actually create an orange or become an orange, isn't it? It's just only an idea still. It's become a favorite idea, I admit that. That it's become our favorite idea. This me person is our favorite idea. It is our reference point for all other ideas to stem from. Everything is about me. But now, because we are looking so directly, because there are thousands and millions of places where they're telling you how the me can be better, how the me can feel better, how the me can get better job, can be more effective, can be more productive. There are just very few places which are telling you that actually can we look for this me itself before we tell you something about the me.
Correct.
So now this is what we are doing. And the mind will come with all this kind of resistance. It says, what are you going to do without me? Because I'm your friend. I'm helping you. When there is work to be done, a project has to be done, I'm saying, do the project. And yet so many times it keeps saying, do the project, do the project, do the project, and yet it happens only like just when the deadline is on our head. Why like this? If it is all on the basis of what the mind is saying, if all doing depends on the thought that comes, then why does it happen like that? Many times it keeps saying and we still don't do it. It keeps saying file your taxes, do this and all that. It doesn't happen. Why? So just this feeling, at the core of which is the feeling that God cannot run my life.
Yes. So
He
true.
will make a mess of it. It will be a big mess. And because I heard Ananta and Satsang and I left it over to God, and it's a big mess. And I'm so angry with Just for introducing me to him.
My husband can say that. She stopped working and looking after us.
Just the most normal fears, you see? And when they're happening to us, it feels like, oh, this is something strong. But everyone in satsang has had these fears. What is going to happen to my life? And yet everyone is still here. And they're still smiling. Yeah? And many of them are still asking the same question also after so long. But at the root of it is this belief that God is everywhere but me. I am a separate entity which has to take care of paying the bills. God can run the universe, He can manage the entire trillions of planets, everything that happens in it, but my bills He cannot pay. That I'm sure about. And yet, this me that I'm so reliant on, and I want to make sure it sustains itself, this one we cannot find. The God which is here, the presence which is already here, this we deny. This is just the natural state of the world. And as you're coming to satsang now, you will find that all of this upside down is getting straightened out. It's getting straightened out. Everything the mind has made it upside down. Often I say it's an upside down world. Anywhere you look, it's completely crazy. Brothers are fighting with brothers because of silly lines we've drawn on a map somewhere, killing each other.
Yeah.
Killing each other because we have We study different religions. We believe in different, seemingly different gods. It's a crazy world out there. Children are dying, have been thrown into the sea because I am from another country and this child is from another country and I cannot accept him. So completely satsang is getting straightened out little bit by little bit. The root of all of this is belief in separate me. Belief in this separate me is the root of all of this, only perpetuated by thought. That is all. So often when you satsang like you are, I say you play, you experiment with this. And you say, okay, I will not leave my next thought and see if action actually pleases. Some have actually came and reported that I was just standing in the light and I didn't. But eventually there was movement. So sometimes play will play like that. And sometimes you will find that it just continues. The way it was happening. But through all of this, you will find that the belief in the me is dissolving more and more. It's just a made up concept. And these are very natural resistances which come from the mind. But what's going to happen? What's going to happen? Who's going to take care of me? What about my work?
There's this whole thing about the dharma, na? So, you know, the concept of the tradition is dharmically you're supposed to do your duty.
Yeah.
And of course, I would love to sit with my eyes closed, and that's the best thing. But there's like, oh no, you've got to continue doing this because it's your duty. You know, it's like you seem, like you said, there's this person that's carrying the whole world, which doesn't exist. It's true, it's foolish.
Yes, but even the concept of me sitting with my eyes closed is also still coming from the mind, you see.
Correct.
Because it is painting this picture of you now, which is saying that now that I'm spiritual, now that then therefore I must sit with my eyes closed. But this is not what we said. You see, it tries to give you a plan. This is another way of giving you a plan. That the right way is to do this. Yeah. And you will find, okay, when you open your eyes, can you show me the one who opened them? Was it you or was it God?
Only one.
Yeah?
There's only one.
There's only one. So now if this is true that there is only one, now what is the question? Don't presume that there is another. Don't make this presumption of the separate me, and then you will not be able to solve your problems.
So each time the thought comes up, one does this, who am I? To go back to that.
If that feels natural to you, you can do it like that if that feels natural to you. For me, just to be able to just let it come and let it go is the most natural state. Just to let it come and not control attention about it. Even if attention is going to it, it's okay. You cannot extract identification from a thought without giving it your belief. So be completely natural, even right now. Let everything come and go. That which is juicy, that which comes again and again, and seems like is belief is going. Some you will come and say that belief seems to be going automatically to these thoughts. So those you can pull into your inquiry. You see, and they will point you to your strongest identity. And then you can use those for your inquiry and say who is the one with the job, who is the wife, who is the friend, who is these. So the ones that are still able to push your buttons, pull them into your inquiry. But most you will find are just allowed to come and go very naturally without even this effort. The one that is keeping your eyes closed or open is the same one who is beating your heart. Same one. That is definitely not a person.
Thank you.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you so much. Yes, Aparna says this one. Father, until 2008, I believed that God is running this life, and suddenly there was a big chaos, and then this belief that God can run this, God cannot run this life effectively, or belief that God can run this life effectively was dropped, and mind took charge of it, and still it was a big mess. And then finally, I am here realizing that all this mess was a divine mess for me to wake up. This is very good, very good. The entire mess was a divine mess for me to wake up. Thank you for being here in this life and rescuing me from this mess. Thank you, Father. Love you so much. Always at your feet. Thank you. Petra says, Father, may I speak? You can speak, my dear. What you got? Something good?
I have something good. This just the what you just said with Kavita.
Yes.
That reminded me of you said that the world doesn't make sense, and I remember Osho said he said there is a man sitting at a bar and he's in misery because he has no wife, and on the other side of the bar there's a man sitting in misery because he has a wife. And then he says, this world just makes no sense. And it's like this, like it will take whichever side, the mind will take whichever side just to make you believe that you're a thing, and whichever key fits, and whichever thought you will believe, it will take that one, and it has no continuity whatsoever. It just wants to keep on playing like that.
It's a very smart misery machine. It knows that when you're in Russia, it'll give you rubles or whatever they have there. When you're in India, it'll give you rupees. So whatever, like we said earlier also, isn't it? That when you're at work, you're saying, okay, why am I not in satsang? I'm not fully immersed in satsang. When I'm in satsang, it's saying, why are you not at work? Do the work, do the work. No, this is very good. There's no consistency also. No continuity.
Yeah, it just makes no sense whatsoever, and each time you fall for the same trick, and it's like you just can't see or something. Like at first you were like a child as an identity, and then all of a sudden you're a grown up doing all these things. It just doesn't make sense.
Yes. And because this world is so upside down, then we must not expect them to understand our discovery. You just remain as you are. Don't expect that everyone around you will now see the halo or something like this. Especially with our parents, they don't see it. I was saying yesterday that my mom will still tell me, just keep it a little balanced, just not satsang all the time. You have kids and a job and things. The moms will be like this. I know it's bad news for you. Even when your hair is grey like mine, and it's a great blessing actually. You will start enjoying it very much.
Yeah, mom completely doesn't understand.
I shared this story maybe with you only earlier, but on one of my birthdays, I felt, and Garima was okay with it, so I felt I'll go to Thiru. So I was in Thiru and I was just on the inner Pradakshina at Arunachala. There's an inner path where you can go around the mountain. So I was walking that, and it's not very easy. And my mom kept calling because what happened? She's going, where are you? I'm just here for my birthday. I felt to be here. Your father is feeling very ill, very, very melodramatic, like. So I still remember this, but I could sense that there was so much love. I told her, don't worry, I'm coming back. It's nothing. I'm not leaving home. I'm not becoming a sadhu or something. But now I can see it from both sides because I'm a parent. I have a teenager at home. So,
Yeah, at first the the idea was here that, because you can see that somehow magically, because of your magic presence, that everyone will start to see around you also. But it really doesn't work like that.
that illusion falls apart very quickly. Can't this?
Yeah. It's funny.
Master, but means that is not always happening. Means those people who are a little bit receptive to other people, presence or energy, they can get it. For example, it happened. For example, a while ago, I was sitting on a railway station, and there was a man sitting behind me. He was a very old man. I saw someone crawling on the ground. So I suddenly asked him that, means, do you agree that the world is so full of suffering? Then he said, no, I don't see it like that. So I asked, why don't you see it? Haven't you seen that man who just crawled before you? So he quoted me, he quoted a quote of Brahma Maharshi. I was shocked that how does this old man, a villager, know Brahma Maharshi? So he gave me good thoughts and inspirations. So sometimes transmigration or what you say, and it happens many times. There, I was sitting in my office, and there was a friend who was very receptive, and he suddenly came and said, he sat in front of me and said, started the question asking by himself. I didn't say anything at all. They were saying, I mean, is there a way I could stop thinking? I said, I'm also thinking. So it is not always like that.
Yes.
When
There is openness, yes, of course.
Thank you, Father.
Oh, thank you, my dear. I like this Osho story of the two men in the bar. I'll be using it. Sure. It very clearly depicts what's going on.
Yeah. Thank you.
Father, may I come? Oh, sorry, Petra.
It's okay.
So, Hum wanted to come, or who wanted to come?
Oh, yes, please.
Yes,
I
please.
was just, yeah, it just came to me. Last night I was listening to an Ajya teaching on, the title was like emptiness, consciousness, awareness, but it wasn't at all about that really. It was about post-awakening, kind of stages in post-awakening. And I found it so helpful. He talked about pretty much everything that's been talked about in here, in our satsang. And right toward the very, very end of the recording, he talked about one stage is that some people kind of get stuck in the absolute view, in the you know, like nothing's happening, nothing's ever happened, everything's perfect right now, in that, which is true, in that absolute view. He said, but he warns about forgetting your humanity. And I think I thought of this because you were talking about how screwed up the world is, you know. And that an even greater understanding is that in the absolute view even is that this is all love and compassion, and it's just flowing. It's constantly flowing and constantly available, and to be, and if we lose that humanity part of us and push aside all suffering, that's a real mistake, you know. And I think actually that may be what, you know, in the Buddhist doctrines, you know, in the Mahayana they say the greater vehicle, you know, the Bodhisattva ideal talks about not getting stuck in emptiness, you know, not that's a mistake, and listening to that Ajahn thing last night really brought that to the fore, you know, that, because I have a real tendency to just get stuck in emptiness. You know, it's nice. It's really nice to just be blissed out all the time, you know. But the world still exists, and people suffer, and I think it really is important to not lose that humanity part of us. And I just wanted to share that because it really struck me last night.
Yes, this is very beautiful because it's an extension of his very helpful term of spiritual jerk, isn't it? It's an extension of that, because we can get so personally attached to the view that I have now discovered that I am awareness itself. You see, Guruji jokes about this sometimes. He says, for ones who are just talking like this from the mind, when they're standing in a bus and a pickpocket takes their wallet, do they tell him that I am just awareness itself? Or are they running after the pickpocket? So, actually, that's why this nose is very important, to just constantly smell where something is coming from. And you know it. When something is coming from the mind or a place of specialness, then you know. You see? So, can be like that, and sometimes it can just come from this pure space of seeing itself. Then those words can come, but they have the perfume still, even though they are talking about the illusory nature of the world and how all of this is a big dream and nothing happens. Still, the perfume that is carried is that of love and peace. That is the true test. If it is all going to be just intellectual or nature of who's the noumenon and the phenomenon. That's why the smell for the perfume for our own, and also it is seen for those around us. When you come, you will find that it is seen. And sometimes the same set of words, sometimes they can sting. They can really sting, and I don't want to hear them.
Can I say something about this?
They're coming from a place of specialness, and sometimes the same words can smell so fragrant and beautiful that I could just drown in them. It's not in the words, it's in the presence that they carry. Sorry, my dear Andre, you wanted to say something?
Yes, I love this subject, so I cannot keep my mouth shut. It's the point from who's the doer. If I listen and take it strict, the duality, non-Advaita, I get so angry sometimes.
Yeah.
I could throw it away on some moments. A lot of times I hear quotes from Jesus, by you, by Moji, whatever. But I would like so much that somebody would say and feel in his heart, in his totally being, where were you when I was in prison? Where were you when I was hungry? Where were you when I was crying? Where were you when I was alone? I mean, without this bhakti, non-Advaita is nothing. But nobody talks about it. I irritate a lot of times about being in, and that's why a lot of times I don't want to be in the Hangout, because I see too much people who wants to be seen instead of, and wants to be heard instead of seeing what's in themselves. I see so many people and I see smiles and I see love and they talk about, but, and I know about when I say about who's the doer, many times I'm confused about this. Is it my ego who wants to do good? Is it a pure expression from God in me? And I want to hold on the last. So I had to share this.
Very good. Very good you share like this. Actually, very often we speak about devotion. And just yesterday we were saying that just Gyan without the devotion is just empty. And just devotion without the true knowledge of the self is also not fulfilled. You see, but I also said that if God was to one day make a choice in front of me and say, you can either have Gyan or devotion, I will always be a devotee first. Always devotee first. But it becomes very simple if you are vigilant about where something is coming from. So you said that this whole doership thing, I don't know whether it is my ego which reacts, you see, or is it coming from a pure place that wants to do good? There's a simple way to check. It's a simple way to check. If it is accompanied with the urge to do something good, if it is accompanied by this sense of love and peace, then it is coming from your intuition, from the Satguru itself. You see? If it is accompanied by need, if it is accompanied by wanting to be special, wanting to show someone something, then it is still coming from this egoistic place. So this simple check we can do on ourselves and we can see, you see, where is this coming from? All of this. Even what you said about the hangout is completely fine because you can spot. The ability to spot will not go. You see, what you have to look at is that if it bothers you, then there's still something which is believing something, you see. So to be able to see it, to be able to see it, everyone still retains that ability. You can still see that red is red and blue is blue. But if you have a problem with red versus blue, then you need to inquire.
Yes. I always ask myself with each emoji, or always, sometimes after, but who is this feeling? Who is this I who gets angry or wants to help or whatever? It's always, I try to bring it back to the I, but still I feel a lot of times like Jesus in front of the temple. I want to whip, and maybe that's I, but I think it's divinity too. It's not only love and sweetness, but love and sweetness have to be put in practice. I think then you are instrument. If love is only living for yourself and to be on the cloud of peace and love and beautiful feelings inside yourself, then sorry for the word, but a lot of times I have something, fuck off. Give somebody food who's hungry. Take care of each other. Be Sangha also outside the hangout. Take care of each other. I hear somebody yesterday who wrote on Facebook, I am in need some things. And then I read, and nobody from the Sangha reacts. Almost nobody. It brings tears in me. And this is the danger for me from non-duality.
We can look at this together.
Yes.
I, for one, whenever someone has this urge that I want to do something, there's this urge here to want to help, I've always been supportive of that. Always been supportive of that. I've always said that serve the world, but keep your vigilance on to see if there's sense of specialness about it. I'll tell you where this is coming from. I used to run a charity organization called the Kushal Foundation here because I noticed that there was a lot of healthcare issues in the underprivileged children here. They were not getting the proper healthcare. So the things that would happen in India, although Bangalore is still quite developed compared to the rest of the country.
I have been there 20 years ago with Sai Baba. I traveled to India, so I know a little bit about the situation from poor there.
So in the place where we set up our medical center, what was happening was that there was a fake doctor, and any patient that would come to him, he would just give him an injection of distilled water and charge 50 rupees. So anyone would come, he would say, I'm giving you an injection, it's going to make you all right, and here's the 50 rupees. Now here's the injection, give me my 50 rupees. This is the doctor that was there. So also there was so much need for education, and there were some people I actually met and said, oh, we don't believe in all of this treatment and things like this, things like that. And you could see that the children are not getting proper nourishment, they're not getting proper medicine when it is required. So I ran this organization for a while, and I saw that whenever I would go for a meeting of these people, which are called the NGOs, at least in India they call the NGOs. So when I would go for these meetings, I would go there and I would get sick. You know why I would get sick? Because everyone was so full of themselves. Everyone had such stories to share. Oh, I left my job with IBM and I left $1 million salary and now I'm helping this. There was so much ego there, more than you can find anywhere else in the world. I found so much ego over there. You see? And it became so much about personal glory and what I am doing to help the world. I am doing to help the world. I am helping to save the world. It became so much about the I. You see? And I saw that there was still so much suffering. Why was it like this? Because still there was this want of money, still wanting that, I wish I hadn't left that job. Something was trying to prove it to themselves. That's why they had to repeat it over and over, that I left a job with so much money and I'm doing it. So when it still comes from an egoistic place, you see, then I find that it doesn't nourish the soul. It only depletes whatever is there.
Yes.
And you would go to these meetings and you would find these people so jaded and so empty of love, actually. So that is what can also happen when you're helping. So you have to be very vigilant and see that is this still coming from a personal place, or is it coming from this sense of love? Is it coming from this sense of peace? Is it still coming from a sense of arrogance that I can do something, or is it coming from this pure place that I'm just an instrument in God's hands, just a simple instrument and something can move?
We have to inquire that and be each other's mirror, I think, to grow in consciousness. But we have to share that. I remember I went 20 years ago to work for Mother Teresa as volunteer. And I went to AIDS home in New York and to the Bronx in a shelter for people who live in the street. And I spent there a few months, and it took few months until I recognized, but is this pure love I want to give? Or am I the one who wants to be seen as a loving person? So I think I recognize very well what you say, pure love. It's and giving. I mean, yes, many times there is in me there is ego, but this is great that we can talk about it and make each other more conscious about these little secrets inside yourself. So, thank you.
Happy to hear what you said. Also, I want to know about this because from whatever I've seen from the Sangha so far, whenever someone has said, I need something, and they might be completely new to the Sangha, we might not even know them, but I've seen that so many people have come to help. That has been my experience. So this post that you talk about, I'll be very happy if you forward it to me and I have a look.
Which post? Sorry, now I.
Did you mention that there was something posted on the Sangha and nobody came to help, or what was the?
No.
Oh,
No.
yeah, I misunderstood.
Oh yes. Sorry. No, you understood well. It were things what I think. Okay, this person has a problem and it has to do with money and whatever. I mean, yes, I think we have to take care more about each other also in these things. I mean, some people have nothing and some people have too much. I mean, and we are one. What are we talking about? You is me and I am you. And when I have a sandwich, we can eat each half one.
Very beautiful. Of course we can.
I think. And for me, personal, yes, I recognize also proud in myself when I need something. There is a shame around it. But that's also ego. I mean, so it's not easy always to help because many times it's ego, and it's not easy to ask for help because also there is many times ego. Let's grow together. Let's grow all together and love each other and see each other in all we are. I mean, in the person and in the divinity. But nobody is. When I look to everybody, at the first place to myself. There is no difference between you and me or all of us or Moji or Jesus, but we are not on the same level from consciousness. And this is a task I think we all can feel obliged with. Be the mirror for each other and take each other also practical wise in our hands. I love you. I love you so dearly and so much.
Thank you. Just one more thing I want to say about this is that what is the highest gift? And this doesn't mean that we cannot practically help each other. Always, at least here, God has been kind enough that any time I feel that there's some practical help that can be given, it has flowed through. And it has also happened in the Sangha. But I also want to make this point that whoever I could meet, the highest gift, if there is a gift that can be given from here, the highest gift is to introduce them to their true self. This is the highest gift I can give, because I know that it is only in this that suffering can be left behind.
Yes.
Yes. So there have been points in my life where lots of money was there. There have been times in my life where no money was there. And I've seen that money, no money, all this comes and goes. It does not have the power to remove suffering. Only true self-discovery has the power. So all practical help, wherever something genuine is there, we must always help, but we must remember also that our highest gift is our light. To help the light shine in the same way, to bring those that they can discover themselves. And then they lose the fear of whether they are kings or they are beggars, and this fear is no longer there. That is the highest we can give to you.
I think, like you say now, I hear Jesus. I mean, I would change a few words, but love God with all your heart, all your body, all your existence, and your neighbor as yourself. But love God is duality, so be. But that have to, before that, in the sweet death has to come. We have to become prasad.
I hear like Krishna, in the story, in the Bhagavad Gita, here's Arjuna. He's in the midst of this great suffering, and what does Krishna do? He teaches him about himself.
Yes.
And then, maybe it's metaphorically, but God is right there with Krishna in the middle of it. God's driving the ship, God's the charioteer, and here's Krishna, fighting the battle, with God right next to him, and that's really kind of the center of all of these teachings. And then what in the very end of the whole story, Krishna's teaching him about selfless service as being the highest thing. Maybe you can't do jhana, but be a bhakta and be, selfless service and dedicate everything to me. And I had to come around at this understanding through the jhana aspect, or I couldn't really get it, But now it's so clear and it's so beautiful. It just all makes so much sense. But now the bhakta's coming out big time,
Thank you so much.
That one of the reasons why I felt so completely in love with Muji was I just found that the gyan of the greatest sages, and yet so much love, so much love. I had not met a more loving being than him. All the true sages, they are both Jnani and Bhakta. Their expression doesn't have to be the same. But I'm sure that the love for God and for humanity, which is the same thing, was not. There's nobody who can say that we have discovered who we are and we are not blessed with this love and devotion. It is just not possible. The time of Have a song. I see Somaya was also able to join. Good to see you, my love. Oh, Mariano is also there. Very good, very good.
प्रभु जी दया करो, प्रभु जी दया करो, हमें बसो, हमें बसो, प्रभु जी दया करो, हमें बसो, तुम बिना लागे सुना, तुम बिना लागे सुना, खाली घट में प्रेम भरो, खाली घट में प्रेम भरो, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आने बसो, तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो, तंत्र मंत्र पूजा नहीं जानो, मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं, मैं तो केवल तुमको ही मानूं, सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको, सारे जग में ढूंढा तुमको, अब तो आकर बाहर अब तो आकर बाहर प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी, प्रभु जी दया करो, मन में आने बसो, प्रभु जी दया करो मन में आने बसो मन में आने बसो Can I say something? It's just such like an anger here. Like it's been here, like it's like when I sing the song, it's just like angry with God. When you imagine that, you make me like, I don't know how to explain this. Like sometimes I feel I'm separate. And there's an anger that you make me feel like I'm separate. Like I don't know how to explain this. Like, and I'm angry, like And even yesterday, like I was watching this whole like this Leela going on. Like it's like I'm craving for Krishna, but like it feels like Krishna is here, but I don't want Krishna. Like, it's so like when I sing this song, it was not like a prayer that would come into my heart, just like an anger that actually separate me out of. And this feeling of dryness, I really don't like. It comes in phases, and I just don't like this dryness. It's like because when I feel I'm separate, it's so dry.
This is really good actually. That even the anger comes is given to God. It's your fault.
Yeah.
It's like a child gets angry with the mother. This one, dryness, sitting behind me on the van to the so dry. I'm not like, just like a week before that, she was here. And she's like, so much love here. Is it okay? Then when she became purified. She's like, am I losing it now? It's just the comedian in the mind.
Just like when Aparna was saying, I could just so relate. It's like just you feel like you're going mad, like like. And then I thought I was going mad actually yesterday because I was like literally like I thought I was imagining that I don't want Krishna. I don't know what is going on. Like I'm going mad. I thought I messaged you saying I'm going mad. Like I thought I was imagining it, and I don't know if I'm imagining it. I don't know. Everybody worried about like at home at the news, and I'm like, what's going on here? Like, is it real? Is it true? What's going on? It's okay.
Yeah. In the first day she'll have this question. It's okay.
What is ask Guruji also? It's okay, right?
The best is this one is sitting here in Satsang. Ananya, she was sitting there and she asked something and I said, are you sure? I can check with Guruji.
I think Radha, we all were angry with God. We should process a march against God. With banner in our hands.
I was very angry with God when this whole search was started. Like that suffering was like, and I can see it's not like an anger, like it's like this.
Lovers too.
It's a what?
Lovers too. Radha is angry with Krishna.
And Radha, like those politicians, we will sit on hanger till death, fast till death.
I can't fast.
He's not so angry.
say that it is the grace that inspires this longing into one's heart, that accompanies one and that meets one in the end. But I asked them the first question that you say it is the grace that accompanies us throughout the journey. But what is that power which brought this ignorance into the first place? Is it not the same power? So if you are thankful to it, I am angry with it.
It's also great. It's like one time someone was staying with me and they were having some trouble in their relationship. And they were just sharing. So he says, when the relationship started, it was so beautiful. Grace was doing everything. Grace was doing everything when the relationship started. And now so much trouble. I said, so now it's somebody else? This is what just to know that even all of this is also grace. It's not always only chocolate. It's neither. No words are ever true.
Yeah, I got it.
You just you can play with that. But the true seeing is what is seen. No word can ever explain it anyway.
Master, so mind is not needed at all.
Yes?
Not even a little bit.
No. Question can come. But what about practical stuff?
But all the questions, all the words that come, if before comes into the cycle, and it is also seen, and if one let go of it, then there could be no words.
The one preferred to teach in silence. Oh, look at that. Is that Advait? Yeah.
Yes, Father, that's Advait.
Oh. Hello, my dear. I'll be seeing you soon, my dear, in October. Hmm?
For a whole week, Father.
Yes, yes. Yes. Okay, my love. Thank you so much for moderating today. We can play the invitation.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Gurur Sakshat Para Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Dhyanamulam Gurur Murti, Pujamulam Gurur Padam, Mantramulam Gurur Vakyam, Mokshamulam Gurur Kripa, Mokshamulam Mujiji Kripa, Mokshamulam Anantaji Kripa. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, sarvesham shantir bhavatu, sarvesham purnam bhavatu, sarvesham mangalam bhavatu, Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramya. Sarve patrani pashantu. Ma kaschit dukhabhag bhavet. Asato ma satgamya. Tamaso ma jyotir gamya. Mrityur ma amritam gamya. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Brahma Paramastu. Om Shri Satguru Bhagavan Ki Jai. Om Shri Satguru Murji Ki Jai.
Thank you all so very much for being in Satsang today. Satguru Sri Mujiji Ki Jai.
Satguru Shri Anantaji ki Jai.
Jai.
Thank you everyone. Thank you. Thank you everyone watching from YouTube and in the Hangout. Thank you Jayesh for moderating. You can turn the broadcast off now.